Hello, everybody. So I apologize. I'm actually in the middle of cleaning, and I remembered for like the third day in a row, I still keep forgetting to share this story with you. So I thought, you know what? Whatever. This is me on cleaning day, so here I am. But better to get it out there than keep forgetting all of a sudden weeks later, and maybe I don't share this. And the reason I love sharing these stories is because these are, when we share stories, it's very relatable. People can kind of see themselves in the shoes, or you get that better understanding than just do this thing. Here's why you need to do it. So I am going to try and share more stories, but I do love sharing the stories because I think they're just really invaluable. Whether they come from me, you, other people, it's all about sharing experiences. So, what had happened last week? So last week was really busy, and we had a few extra things on our plate, and we just started taking Tuco. Love him. Our old dog, he just turned 13. And we found a new acupuncturist here. He has vertebra fusing in his back. His legs got weak from, having him on bed rest because of his back. Created this whole thing. So we found a great acupuncturist. So now we added that to the schedule twice a week so far. And so it just, lots of things were happening. And I found that my kind of stress level was going up. And it wasn't noticeable stress. It was just having that schedule being so extra busy again. I haven't really been that busy in quite a long time. I try and manage a really good, work-life balance, good flow and all that. But life happens. Stuff needs to get done. Stuff comes up, especially springtime. There's a lot of stuff we have to get done. So the schedule got a little bit busier than it normally is, and because of this, that's a trigger. Having that full schedule, being super busy, having that giant to-do list is definitely one of my triggers from my overwhelm days. So I noticed, I believe it was Tuesday night, I woke up at 3 or 3:30, which is my usual overwhelm wake-up time. And I woke up, and the first time it happened, I'm not gonna lie guys, totally forgot about my tools because I haven't woken up in the middle of the night in forever. So I was like, it's okay, you can roll over and you can get back to sleep. But this had a different story. And so I ended up being awake, I think it was almost an hour before I got back to sleep. And so Tuesday night I had that, woke up at 3:30, and I was awake for about an hour. So then Wednesday I woke up again, and I was like, okay, we haven't done this in a long time. What is happening? And I roll over, and about 10 minutes into being awake, I was like, what are you doing, self? You know better. So I was like, all right, we need to get, I call it the body scan. You start at your toes, you work your way up, you purposefully relax each part of your body. And I put on a nice, bedtime meditation again, and I did my body scan twice, and I was asleep in probably under 2 minutes. So I really want to share this because number one is we have to remember that we're always going to have these triggers. Like, I have not been overwhelmed or dealt with a ton of stress in years. But as soon as that old trigger, that schedule started filling up, it was like, okay, we got stuff to do. We're going. I got triggered, and then I woke up in the middle of the night again like I used to. And then, of course, so just be aware, kind of know your triggers when you relapse into one of your old overwhelm or stress things. Really think, okay, what is happening and how did I fix this? What did I do to overcome it last time? And be aware of these triggers so you can kind of work with it, right? And then you're not, Tuesday, me up for an hour. Why is this happening? What's going on? Well, this is why you got triggered. This is a pattern from old times. And that's just something, if you're like me, where you lived in that overwhelm, that stress and anxiety for years, like it was over a decade for me, that's a very real, we'll say like a muscle memory. It's kind of ingrained in us. It's a big part of our lives. So those triggers are always going to be there. That ability to relapse into those old habits are always going to be there. It's about having the awareness, recognizing it, and using these tools to overcome it. I will also mention I did do that self-talk as well as my body scan, and I said, listen, whatever you're thinking about, we ain't taking care of it right now anyway. Go to sleep. And so that actually did, I do lots of self-talk like that, and it does work. And right away I was like, yep, you're right. I'm not getting out of bed right now to deal with anything. I'm sleeping. And so that again helped kind of shut my mind back down, and I paid attention to the music in the background and relaxed my body. Boom, back asleep in no time. Did not wake up again. And then the next night I didn't wake up, because it's kind of like I had dealt with that issue, if that makes sense. So keep in mind, old habits are always there. It's not like we've just dealt with it and it'll never come back ever and we're like cured of our overwhelm or old habits. Sometimes some people are really good about that. They can just never have those things happen. But obviously, as in my case, it does tend to happen if you have those triggers. So yeah, just keep that awareness about you, have those tools ready, and make sure, keep the judgment out. Oh, why are you letting this happen? Blah, blah. No, 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 it doesn't matter. Deal with the situation. What is a fact? What is happening? How do you fix it? You fix it and you carry on. And then you wake up the next day and you just kind of, like for me, the next day I was like, okay, what is happening? I woke up. Okay, I feel a bit busier. Am I actually busier? Is this anything I can't handle? No. But it was that superficial. I let my mind get away from me. I didn't, kind of rein it in. I didn't do that self-talk. And I had that bubbly little emotion that clearly I was not paying attention to. And then it woke me up in the middle of the night. So it was just, again, having that awareness and dealing with it. And so I really want to share this. Just, I say, I don't know if you have seen other posts of mine, but all the tools I recommend, all the things I share with you guys to help you, your overwhelm, your stress, your anxiety, these are all the things I used to get over my overwhelm. And as this story shows, all the things I still use. These are just things that literally help me and have helped me. So I just really want to get that across, because I know there's 10,000 life coaches nowadays, and it seems like everyone and their dog is becoming a life coach. But a lot of people, they took a course or they read some books and they're like, oh, here's how to be happy. But they haven't necessarily done the work themselves. So when I give advice or, anything in my posts I talk about, these are real things that I have gone through myself and real things that I have overcome. And this is how I've done it. How do I know these things? Because I've lived it. So I really wanted to share this again so that you guys know I'm not coming from a place of I read a story, I read a book or took a course and now just think I know what I'm talking about. Like, there's so many of these financial gurus that'll tell you how to make all this money, but they haven't made any money. And personally, not poo-pooing on anyone else's business, but if you're going to be a coach and your job is to help other people, I believe you should have the experience and the real life knowledge of having gone through it to be able to help other people. So that is my case. Everything I share is things I've done, I've gone through, and now share with you because they helped me. So yeah, let me know if this resonates. Let me know, especially if you're a person like springtime, a lot of things creep up, that extra spring cleaning going on. Let me know if you've had any of these relapses, or if you maybe have had and recognized, or if you haven't and you're like, oh dang, that's what's happened to me right now, I didn't even realize it. Give me a comment, let me know. Or if you're someone, maybe you had this recently and you also overcame it, share your experience, share your story in the comments here. It really does help people understand, especially the more people that are like, yep, I use that, yep, this works, yep, have that awareness. The more people we get sharing stories, the more it will help other people see that it does work. Like, these are real things that work. Because a lot of times you see something, and especially again, if you're in that overwhelm, you're kind of having a bit of the negativity every once in a while still, you might, you know, hear my story and be like, but that's you. Does it work for me? It does, because I was that person also where I would actually take a course. I remember doing this. I signed up for a course because I knew they couldn't help me. It wouldn't work for me. So I've been there and I've done that also. So yeah, having more of those stories, more of those shares really does help other people be like, oh, okay, this is the thing. Okay, maybe I should try it. And then that's one more person sleeping 8 hours a night, or not, you know, succumbing to that stress and anxiety and all those very unfortunate life occurrences that can kind of drag us down. So hope this helps, guys. Let me know what you think. Leave me some comments. And as always, I do forget to say this a lot, but again, DM me if you're like, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I need some help. DM me. I am always here to help. I've got lots of options, even just like, let's have a coffee chat about it. No commitments, no strings, nothing. DM me. I will get back to you and we can have a little chat about that. So guys, it is Self-Care Sunday, so make sure you get your self-care in there. I already have this movie. I found a new series. It's all like supernatural. I love fantasy and supernatural stuff. So I am actually really excited to get my cleaning done, because once I'm done cleaning, I get to watch the show again. That is my reward. And yeah, I'm excited. So happy Self-Care Sunday, and leave me a comment. Let me know, what is your self-care today? I'm going to watch my show. I think I'm going to make myself some popcorn later and get some reading in if I can, if my cleaning doesn't take too long. So let me know what your self-care is today.